Guys, so what do we have? We have 6 p.m. So I woke up today at 2:30. First had a family cluster, so spent some time with my family. And I actually had a very, very big breaking point yesterday where I had to decide what deck to ladder with in the end of the season. So there were actually the obvious choices were patches or patches. I just got miserable. I get miserable playing patches decks. I don't know, always short games. If you are behind, you have to hope for top decks. You cannot really play skill display because you just play your stupid curve, and then you can decide whether you point whether you release on the face or on the minions. Usually you release on the face. And if they draw better than you, well, you just loot. Enough with the rant. On the other hand, we have this Reno Mage. And the Reno Mage might be power level wise on paper weaker. Shaman has no counters, always win 53%, and Reno Mage doesn't have that. Reno Mage only confirms the 49% win rate in average. And that's 4% less than the 53 or than the best deck, which is the Feist Shaman has, and 3% worse than Pirate. Like Pirate has 52, so that's underwhelming. It's absolutely worse. But it's a lot more fun, and what I realized during the games, you force your opponents to play Hearthstone, and that's a big thing, right? So I put in enough sufficient early game stuff that I force even patches deck. Even patches decks I force always into turn 7, 8. And that means they have to begin to play Hearthstone. And as soon as that begins, well, patches players might have a bad time. Yeah, because then maybe not only one eye is patched, but maybe both eyes will become patched, by our fists. And it's just more fun. So even if that deck would be on the same power level and would just require twice as long games, so we can only grind half as many games, maybe even less, because it also requires thinking. Some also new phrase in the Hearthstone nowadays. I hope, and the results also indicating that we have a way higher win rate with this deck than with the other decks. So how the math works here is the following. So with the Aggro Shaman or with the Pirate Warrior, we are supposed to have a roughly 52% win rate, but we don't have a 52% win rate with those. We do have roughly 60, 61, maybe 62, something about that. So we can skill display between 8 and 10% with those decks. Between 8 and 10%. We gain 8 to 10% win rate over the other legendary players, because we have a certain potential to skill display. We are playing a little bit better than they do. With the Reno Mage, having games which go at least twice as long, that means we have twice as much time to utilize our skill, which doesn't mean that we have suddenly 16 to 20% edge, right? I mean, it doesn't double, the curve goes down. But then again, the games go twice as long, because we are also probably thinking 3 times longer, right? So it's just a question whether we can make this 49% to, let's say, 65. Because if we can get this 49 to 65, then obviously the 65 are way better than the 60 to 62. In order to get them to 65, we would need to skill display roughly 16%. So if you take it in direct comparison, we skill display between 8 and 10% with an aggressive deck. And now our big goal is to skill display up roughly 15% with the control deck, in order to make it better or more worthwhile to ladder with it than with the patches decks. And yeah, that's our goal. That's our goal for the next week. I will do everything to make this possible. 100 hours a week, so that's basically 100 hours for the week to come. Working and grinding and practicing every day. And yesterday, the build stayed. So I think we already refined and polished quite a lot, and the deck is really doing a great job. Especially also the Flamecaller, for those who were wondering, he's really great. He's not that insanely great on paper, but what he can do is, against patches decks, and that's over 60% on the ladder, on legend level, you can, if you're first deck, you can do nothing turn 1, they play their 1-2 pirate, which is basically 3-2, it's the Flame Imp, and they get another 1-1 pirate. Now you can turn 2, always ping the 3-2 pirate to 3-1 with a follow-up of the Flamecaller. And then you annihilate the board. If they also play the 2-1 charge pirate additionally, Merry Christmas. He's like, it's a complete destruction. Yeah, you win this one. That's counter Q very quick. Complete destruction. Yeah, it's not even. Oh, the red! Bam! Bam! 2 damage! Bam! 2 damage! Bam! 2 damage! This is like the Terminator. Hey guys, welcome. No, it's the outro. So thank you very much for watching the vlog today, and stay tuned for many exciting Reno Warlock action. Reno Mage action actually. Yeah, I basically also made a quite long intro, so I will cut the outro a little bit short here. So just enjoy the action. Just enjoy the action as much as I do. I love it. And with this, I send you into Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you very much for watching and have a very nice day. Are you going, Marty?
3 days.
3 days? So for 3 days, no vlogs, because the vlogging expert is going to visit his family. So we see each other in 3 days again, unless you join my stream.